Hey everybody, it's me, I'm Wild Bill, and my buddy Chad from Florida.
Yeah, it's a hot day here in Lake Placid, Florida. Central Florida here is like 92 degrees. Humidity is always at its worst at this time of year, but surviving it.
Yeah, what is about 912% today?
Yeah, something like that. You walk outside, you take a shower. Just take some soap with you.
Well, just go outside, you're thirsty, go outside, take a couple deep breaths, man, got enough to drink right there.
Right. Well, I'm pretty sure it's hot up there though too. Usually, you got a
Yeah,
different type of hot in the
it's been
Midwest.
nasty hot.
Yeah,
In
I remember.
Kansas, it's hot and humid, not near as humid as there, but it's nasty humid.
Right. Right. So we're back again, another week of our show. Again, we need you guys to subscribe um, and watch and like. If you like the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kansas City Royals, hey, we want to get it to the point where you can talk with us online. And if you like to troll other teams, as they troll us anyways, we're the villains because we've been in this run for 5 years now, and we're going to be in it for much more than Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
So.
So, but yeah, share the video, like and subscribe, help us out, help us grow. That way we can start doing live videos and even have some of y'all out there join us and have some fun with it.
Right. And before we get to the Chiefs, we're going to get to the Royals like we always do.
Yep.
They lost today. What was the score here? They played Philadelphia. They
Yeah.
lost like I had a 7.
Yeah, they lost yesterday too.
Yeah, it was 7-3 or something like that. But I know the good news is the record has gone up 36 losses or 36 wins, 77 losses. They had a 7-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Hey.
So yeah, they're now at a .319 win loss percentage, and yeah, that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to expect from the Royals anymore. I mean, they had 7 game winning streak, which that's crazy. I haven't seen that in a long time,
Right.
and I love it. That's great, but they've
It's
just been losing a lot of games that they should have won easily, and I don't know. I don't know if it just the team just isn't working together well enough. If we just need better players or better coaching. I mean, I know there's plenty of blame to go around. So
well, to me, it starts at the top, the ownership. Do
yeah,
they want it to be a farm club, or do they want to play some players and have it be a playoff team?
yeah,
If you're going to build your team up, try to keep it.
yeah.
So, well, I guess we're going to move on. You have anything else about the Royals? Pretty much the
No,
same.
that's pretty much it. I mean, I hope they do something. I really hope they can pull off, you know, pull out some good wins and keep it going. Not try not to disappoint us too much. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. At least, we're not going to go to playoffs this year, but at least build for next year. So,
Yeah. Next year, if we can hit the playoffs, that'd be so good. I'd love it. I'd
a
want to go
wild
to a
card.
game again.
Yeah.
I mean, even with it being so crappy, I still want to go to a game, but I can't justify going to a game when they're not even winning a third of their games. I can't justify spending the money.
Yeah. It's disappointing, very disappointing. And on to the Chiefs now before I get depressed here. Uh, we'll still be a Royals fan, but let's talk about the Chiefs here.
Oh yeah.
Uh, what rumors are you hearing about Chris Jones?
Well, the Chris Jones. Well, we know that he's now going to have to pay back anywhere between $600,000 and $750,000 as of today to the Chiefs. That's what he now owes the Chiefs organization. Um, I I just I don't know what the hell he's thinking at this point. But they're still talking online about how it's still likely that he's going to get an extension. If this goes on another week, I don't think he's going to be playing for us this year.
I don't know. I do know this. If they don't, it's like three different scenarios that could play out here. One of them is he sits out for the rest of the year and really screws himself.
Screws himself, gets no money, screws his teammates over, screws the fans over.
Or he says something stupid like Tyreek did and gets traded, gets kicked out of here. If I were to tell my boss, hey, you need to pay me more, I'm going to sit here, I'm not going to work, what do you think would happen? They probably let me go. So
I guarantee they'd fire me.
Yeah.
Fire me right then and there.
So play out your contract, Chris, and you said you wanted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Super Bowl wins. Well, that's part of it. You have to be team friendly a little bit there. I mean, if you can't live off of 30, 20, he had a contract before. He live off
20 million a year, and now he's wanting 30 million.
Can't live off of that. You got a problem anyways. So I'm a little disappointed because then he says, I want to be a Chief for life, blah, blah, blah. And the third scenario is he could play this year, kick ass, and they're not going to put him on a franchise tag next year because that's like $33 million. And he'll be walking out, he'll be playing with somebody else. So those are your three scenarios.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect from him yet. I mean, this has just been a really big disappointment for everybody. I mean, I know he's disappointed. He wants to make more money. I get it. I understand that. But right now he's wanting to make more money than what is reasonable. I mean, you want to fight for 300 or for 30 million next year? Go for it. I'm all for it. But don't be screwing around during preseason, right during training camp and said, well, I want more money.
Yeah, you're still signed on a contract.
You should have had that figured out before training camp started.
Right.
Sorry. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. He's only got himself to blame, and if at this point, if he doesn't want to put in the effort, if he doesn't want to work with the team, then I don't think he deserves to be a Chief anymore.
Well, I'll say this: the positive thing is, and it can become a negative real quick. If he plays this year, I think we're going to have really good defense. I would like him to get signed because he's probably the most important piece on that defensive line. If not, they're going to have to adjust to it. So,
well, I mean, we survived as the Chiefs before him. We'll survive as the Chiefs without him after he's gone. So, I mean, we can always get somebody else to step in, and who knows? Maybe that person will be even better.
Yeah, didn't you hear that something about trade rumors, or it's got to be rumors?
I've seen on online. I've seen 3 different articles, and they all sound kind of like clickbait, just fake articles to me. But one of them was that he was going to be traded to another team. There was one that was where he was getting traded for a first-round draft pick and for cash. There was another one that I saw that he was being traded to another team for another player in cash. And there was another one, and this is all in this last week, and there was over a period of like 2 days. And the last one was that he was going to be traded for just cash. So it was going to be a player in cash, a first-round draft pick in cash, and then just cash. So, I don't know. I don't think either of those three are going to happen quite yet, unless he just steps up and says, it's time for me to move on. Somebody else can pay me the big bucks, and then he's out. Then he's out. He won't be a Chiefs, and then he won't be with the Chiefs organization anymore, and then he will be having a much harder time getting any more future Super Bowl rings. So,
Yeah. Well, I do hope they sign him because I hope you extend that. If you do extend him and you get
yeah,
that done, it gives you more money underneath the cap, and they get a couple more players. So that would be the plus of it.
yeah. I just with he works well with the Chiefs defense, but would he work with another team's defense that has a different style of defense than we do?
Yeah.
Because I mean, they've had multiple guys talking about how the Chiefs defense is different than other teams' defense and how it's executed and how the plays are. So I mean, and some guys are saying, well, defense is defense; anybody can do it. And
Yeah.
I think there's enough of a difference between the Chiefs and the rest of the other teams that I think he'd have a hard time adjusting to fit in with these other teams, because what he's done has worked great for the Chiefs, but would it work great for, say, the Broncos or for the Cowboys or whoever?
Well, he wouldn't get the rings that the Chiefs
Yeah.
get. I mean, there's a lot
Oh,
of
he'll
good
get
like,
the. I think the money is more important for him than the rings. I
yeah,
mean, that's the way it looks to me. That's the way it looks to a lot of fans.
yeah,
If he's all about the money and the rings don't matter, then you know, go somewhere else.
yeah. It's time to move on either way. I mean, I just ready
Yeah,
um,
I mean, right now
because
the Chiefs are building a dynasty. You know, they're building the Chiefs kingdom, and
right,
hopefully it's going to be a long
yeah. As
term thing.
long as they keep that protection, the offensive line really
Yeah,
good, and Patrick Mahomes healthy, and I think we'll be fine. Got to have a. I think the defense needs to be a little bit better than last year, and I think it will either way with Chris or without Chris.
yeah,
So anyway, we'll see what happens here. Maybe Monday or Tuesday, something will happen with that situation.
yeah.
And speaking of another defensive tackle, Charles Omenihu, that we signed from the 49ers. And, this is a couple days old news, but I just want to give my opinions on it. Suspended for 6 games for pushing his girlfriend. I don't know the severity, how rough it is. I mean, you can just barely push somebody and be put in jail. You can knock somebody's hat off their face and be put in jail.
Yeah,
But whatever, if you get that mad, you need to leave anyway.
yeah. I, you know, I, I've got zero tolerance when it comes to domestic violence. I don't put up with it. I won't tolerate it. And everybody that knows me knows that if I see it, I step up. I step in there. I break it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know his situation. I have no idea what happened there. I first heard that he was going to be suspended for 6 games. The article didn't say why. I had no idea really even who he is, because he wasn't a Chiefs player. I don't know. That I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm not a fan of all football teams out there, so I don't
Right.
know a lot of the players out there.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who he was. I still don't really know who he is, and you know the term domestic abuse is thrown around. I don't know the situation yet, but I hope it isn't as bad as it sounds. But um, we've had issues. The NFL, the NBA. I mean, they've all had issues with players and domestic violence, and I'm glad they're not sweeping it under the rug anymore.
Right.
And so, if that's if that's the type of man that he is, we don't want him on the Chiefs. Period.
Right.
So I don't know I'm not going to say he needs to get the hell out of here because I don't know the situation. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I haven't seen video. I haven't heard a phone recording. I don't know what happened at all. So it's just like you said, he apparently pushed a girlfriend and made her fall. And it could have even been an accident. I mean, I've seen people bump somebody. You knocked me down. You pushed me. Well, that wasn't a push. That was an accidental bump. So I don't know what happened, but I hope that if it is abuse, any kind of domestic situation, I hope he gets some help, some counseling, anger management, whatever he needs, to make it stop. I hope he gets the help that he needs, and I hope he works it out. So. I know as a football team, you don't want that. You don't want to be associated with that. So I really hope it's not as bad as it sounds. But if it was deliberate and if it caused injuries, then maybe it's time for us to let him go and just move on without him.
Well, maybe more will come out of it.
Yeah.
More news on details. You never know. As the season goes along, it usually does. So he's supposedly really good. He's supposedly, along with Chris Jones, would really make a nasty front. But we'll see what happens. He's going to come back week 7 against the Chargers on the 22nd. So that's when he comes back, and he'll have to get in shape again. A fun little thing for you. Patrick Mahomes has been passing that behind the back pass.
Yeah.
He's been doing it since he's been in camp. And they've been showing it. Do you think this is a year they bring it out on a trick play?
Well, from what I saw online, he only did it once. They were just messing around, and he just chucked it behind him.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to ever pull it out for the team, to play actual, do it on the field. If they do put it on the field, I mean, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a blown play where he's got to get it off to somebody, and he's like, "Oh, over here," and gets rid of it real fast. I don't think he's gonna. I don't know if they'd actually call throw the ball behind the back play. I mean, I could see it happening if he's in the pocket and then has to start scrambling and has to get rid of it fast. I could see him doing it.
Right.
But
I think this is the year they break it out. I don't know why. Maybe they'll do it in a blowout.
Cool. I mean, I love seeing fun plays like that.
Just hopefully it doesn't backfire. That's the problem with it. So, okay. So some of the players, the undrafted and the draft picks, which ones do you stand out to you? I mean, that you kind of read, or has any of them stand out to you?
I haven't really seen a whole lot. I just go by what some of the other guys online have been saying about the players. I just blanked on that kid's name again from K-State. I keep hearing about how he's
the defensive tackle.
So
yeah, that's his name's so hard to pronounce.
I keep hearing about how he's so great and how he's been out there on the field, and he's been doing quite a bit. I know that they've been moving guys around to doing different things, and they're trying to see how these guys work in other areas, just to see, to make sure that if something happens, they got somebody else to fall back on if there were injuries. So I know I saw a little bit of that the other day. from was probably 15, 20 minutes of Thursday and Friday's practice. And, they were talking about how they were moving guys around, doing things differently, and trying them out in different spots. And I think it's great, see what else you can get these guys out in different positions, different spots, and just see if they can push right on through everything.
Yeah. Well, because I'm I don't have a girlfriend or anything. I'm a bored old man here. I sit and watch some of the stuff on training camp. That's what I love. I think Nick Prince, the running back, Dave Tobe is the special teams coach. Said he's really like high on him. So he's talking about him practicing kick returner with the number ones. And this guy is similar to Pacheco. He's big, fast, strong. And it's because they're saying it's because of the Chiefs that kind of the running back market has gone down, and a lot of running backs are pissed off. Like these high end running backs like Taylor from the Colts.
Yeah.
But these running backs that we get, you find them in the 7th round or they undrafted, and man, they're just as good, if not better. When you have an offensive line like we got, so I see him making a team.
Yeah. Speaking of kick returns, they were talking about. I believe I saw it yesterday. They're making it to where during the preseason at least, no fair catches. You catch that ball, you will run it every time. They want to see how these guys can play. They want to see how they can run. They want to see the moves. They want to see everybody go all out every play. So,
there is a new rule change. I was watching the Hall of Fame game, and one of the new rules is if you fair catch it inside the 25, it automatically goes to the 25. I don't like that. So you're taking the chance of a.
Why would it go to the 25?
That's what I heard, a new rule change. So if you catch it, you fair catch it, you go to the 25.
If you fair catch it at the 3-yard line, why would it go all the way to the 25?
That's a new rule change. I don't know why. I have no idea. I may have heard that wrong, but that's what I thought I heard. I'm going, I don't like that.
I don't either. I hope that's not true. That's just weird.
Yeah, because that's why I have a punter. Why don't you just put it at the 25-yard line every time? Stupid. So anyway, before I go off on that, again, the receiving core, I hope we go with 7. I think he has too much talent not to go with 7. People are saying, he lost this receiver. They find the receivers, man. They find talent, and it's just a matter of keeping them healthy. And you don't want nobody else to get them. Let's see here. Thinking any other rumors or anything else? Any other news?
No, not really. I mean, we still got Snead, Pacheco, Horston, Tony, and Dana. They're all still questionable for playing. We don't know when they're going to be available yet. So that sucks. I've been really wanting to see everybody healthy and ready to play and put up a good fight. Because they were saying that even the veterans, nobody's guaranteed a spot. So if they got somebody better and you're a veteran, you better step up. Otherwise, they're going to have a replacement out there on the field starting for you.
Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, there's plenty of talent out there that can take your place in a heartbeat. And Andy Reid's, I guess what they're saying is his training camps is one of the more, more physical camps. So,
Yeah, more
um,
physical. And I mean, these guys are out there in over 100-degree weather and high humidity, sweating and puking and just giving it everything they got, even through all that hell. I mean, they were giving it all.
and you can tell during game time that sometimes the Chiefs come out a little sloppy and they're a little slow and they're getting beat down. And
Yeah,
by the end of the game, that changes because of what they do during camp. It starts turning around most of the time. There's a couple teams
yeah.
that stay with the Chiefs, but about 95% of the time it does that.
Yeah.
Um. Anyways, not a lot of information this week, but that's, it's going to be, trust me, there's going to be more coming up. I think we're almost 3 weeks away from preseason, so looking forward to it.
I think it's less than 2 weeks now. I think it's a little over a week now.
Okay, so I'm thinking the real season's probably about 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, because we're getting ready. They just had the Hall of Fame game with the Browns.
Yeah.
I don't have any other news, rumors. I don't feel like trolling anybody today.
Yeah.
How about you?
Nothing new. There's still a lot of chatter about the Royals going downtown. And I don't agree with that. If they want to build a stadium downtown, I mean, go for it. It's not going to work because downtown just downtown isn't set up for it. They can't handle the traffic. They can't handle all that many people down there, and it's going to make it miserable for everybody. Yeah, it'll make the parking lot a little bit bigger for the Chiefs parking, but I mean, do they really need that much more parking? Just that little bit of area where the Royal Stadium is? Honestly, I would rather them build a Royal Stadium right next to the Chiefs on another side of the stadium, knock down the old stadium after they build the new one, and that way they can still do a retractable roof to go over one stadium to the other, and then it can slide back and forth as needed, or it can slide over and completely out of the way for when it's not needed.
Right.
I mean,
I like that. That would be good. That would be good.
if I just keep seeing so much about how the Royals are wanting to go downtown, and I know that's going to be a hell of a big mistake. It's going to be bad. We don't want to do
Well,
that.
you're going to have a lot of mixed opinions and people. Well,
Yeah.
I don't want to pay those taxes, and I don't want to drive down there. They should just fix this up and have a winning team instead. How about that?
Well, yeah. I mean, they got the roads downtown. You got a lot of 2-lane, 3-lane, and 4-lane narrow roads. I mean, there's you still got the tram train little setup. I mean, it's not set up for all that. They're gonna have to have big parking garages set up to handle all the parking. It's
Like I told you, we talked about this before.
Yeah.
If they do a Royal Stadium not there, it's going to end up in Bonner Springs on the Kansas side. I just have this feeling. Because there's lots of land out there and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
So
They should just leave it where it is, and just share parking lot with the Chiefs still, and just leave it at that. It'll be so much better for everybody.
yeah, it should. Well, we'll see what the progress on that because I'm pretty sure we'll talk about it again.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking about it, and I'll be cussing and discussing if they do decide to go downtown, because that'll be a big disappointment for a lot of people.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think, like I said, it's time for you guys to subscribe. In the comment box, if you can, list some things you'd like us to talk about, and we'll look into it and we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
I that's all for me. I can't think of anything else. I'll
Yep,
start looking for more stuff for the next show.
Yep, that sounds like a plan. Hopefully, everything will come out good. We'll have some good news with injuries and all that for next week, and hopefully it goes great.
Sweet. All right. Well, subscribe and join us.
All right. Take it, everybody. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.
Go Chiefs.
And Royals. Please get some more W's. Later.
More wins.